268.
Well, that's
I'm
nice.
back up to my old number. We're live. Hello,
Oh,
everybody. Welcome to our impromptu show for the day. That's Dean and I. Thank you for joining us. We're waiting for people to come into the room and join us. This is Wednesday Pizza Day. Dean and I both ordered pizza on our end of the world, our ends of the world. Roger, would you shut my door when you come by? What? Would you shut my office door when you come by? Thank you. Hi, Janet. I don't know who else is in the room. It says there's a couple people in the room, but I only see Janet. Jean just stepped away. We're doing any kind of general questions you want to do or spiritual questions tonight. So if you want to ask a question, Janet, love to read on it. I got a new Rider White deck today.
you know, I'm thinking about the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and that song, "Damn It, Janet, I Love You." It was, I don't know, it's something about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I have those songs in my head right now. Even the Meatloaf song.
I
But
love
anyway,
those. That is such a good movie. They used to run that. They used to run that on the weekends
hello,
at the
Janet.
theater down the street from me, and everybody. I mean, they run it every weekend on Friday and Saturday nights, and they would have everybody coming in full costume. It was like a big date night program, and all
Oh,
the young people would. It was a hot date night place to go is to the theater to watch Rocky Horror Picture Show.
oh.
And they would act out, the whole audience would act out all their favorite characters. Fun, fun, fun.
Hello, Karina. How are you?
Hello, Lauren.
And Lauren.
Yeah. Anybody has questions, go ahead and post your questions. And I'll fight over it's my turn. It's my turn. And I got my new deck of it's a deck that Celtic Sheila uses. It's the Rider White deck with the cheat words on it. I forgot I even ordered these. They showed up in the mail today.
I'm
I'm
still waiting for my Alice in Wonderland deck to show up. It was on back order sometime this month. I should get it. Then that's
I
gonna be the deck
don't
I'm gonna
even
use.
actually. I remember looking at these cards several times. I don't remember actually buying them. And the gal that sent him, she sent him the cards and then this really neat little pouch and a nice piece of selenite to cleanse the cards within the storage bag. A little handwritten postcard thanking me for my order. Thought it was really sweet the way she packaged it up. A lot of the vendors on the SD will put all these nice little trinkets and stuff in there. They'll do little like gift bags with your orders. There's a couple of vendors I like to order. I order from one particular vendor. I'm not even sure what the name is. It's in my favorites that I order my pendulums from. And every pendulum I've gotten from that vendor has been the best pendulums. And they always arrive on a full moon every time I order one. I'm looking for my other pendulum. I don't see it.
Interesting. Always on a full moon?
Always receive them on a full moon. This is one I made because I loved the crystal. It was a crystal off a lamp I had, and I had a chain, and so I made this one. This one reads really good too.
Nice.
And it's beautiful crystal. This one refracts the light and puts the rainbow in the room when the light's hitting it.
Well, hello, Karen.
Hello, Karen.
Can't wait to get a chance to work with you again. Just let me know whenever you're ready, Karen. I'm always here.
Well, I've been writing today, and I'm working on. I'm going to be recording. I think I don't think I'm going to be writing it live. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it live or not yet. It's really like doing the lives much better. I'm more relaxed on the lives than I am talking just to the camera and to myself. Hard to believe, huh? I'm working on doing a series on mediumship and the different aspects of mediumship and the different practices that I work with people with when I'm working with them privately, in some of the aspects. And then I will also be integrating some practice sessions and stuff. I thought about even setting up maybe anybody that's interested that wants to work in groups or anything, maybe setting up a Zoom practice platform that everybody could come into and work together with, and we could do breakout rooms. But it's going to be just open to everybody, so anybody that wants to join and watch the program, and then too, if they want to join into a Zoom program, they can contact me, and I will put you on a list to be included on the schedule to join us, and we can do breakout groups and practice privately off YouTube. So we're getting to meet everybody privately. So that's something I'm working on right now, and I'm doing a lot of writing with that, and trying to get it organized, because I have to have it organized to do like a class style. But I don't want to do everybody has to pay me $150 to take the class. I'd rather just do it on an open forum and share the information after the.
Hey, Brenda. Hey, George.
Yes, hello, Brenda. Brenda, I need to get an email to you so we can collab too. Loved working with Brenda. She has fantastic energy. And how are you doing tonight, George? Isn't George the one we asked to make the doctor's appointment?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you made the doctor's appointment yet? Because I was thinking about you when I went to bed the other night and did an extra prayer for you. That stuck with me. I need to look at the side. It comes in faster. Oops.
Well, that's good to hear, George. Always good to hear. Well, thank you, Karina.
Yes, that is good to know, George, but stay on top of it if you're having any kind of symptoms. Don't hesitate to pick up that phone.
So, Kathy, I feel like Raphael's with me right now.
I heard yes.
Mm-hmm. I felt his energy.
He's around both of us. Well, he's been with me for about 3 weeks now. I've got
But it also helps when you work on
version I'm not taking for myself. I have a kidney infection that I've had for over a month now, but have I gone to the doctor to deal with it? No.
Yeah.
I'm suffering through it. And it's getting worse. And I'm treating myself.
No, but I do, since I work under Raphael all the time, I feel like.
Yeah, I work under Archangel Raphael. And my main guide is I'm a shamanic healer, so we both do, and I do healing light work.
So I feel like I have turquoise around me. I don't know. I just feel like I see turquoise around me.
Never look at your aura.
Do I?
I said I never look at your aura. I never actually stopped to look at your aura.
Embrace it with love. Embrace it.
You always have so much going on around you, spirit-wise, that I'm usually looking at all the spirits standing behind you.
So what are my colors today, love? I feel turquoises around me. I don't know why.
Well, your grandpa's down the hall. I see him. Raphael's to your right. Jimmy's leaning up against the wall with his legs. That's like I always see it. Kick back. He's leaning against the wall with his legs crossed at his ankles.
It's like he's right here.
No, he's right here. Yeah. He's
right here.
Yeah, that's where he is.
That's where he leans up.
Yeah, that's where he leans. He's like, yeah, and he's got his hat on tonight. And it's tilted, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, there's turquoise. Ooh, we got a question. Yay.
Yay.
Will they find a cure for tendinitis?
Oh, God, I hope so.
I heard yes.
I got all kinds of osteoarthritis and tendinitis in this finger.
I could pull cards on it, but I'm feeling yes. And don't ask when specifically.
Okay.
These
I
don't
heard
do
something Sterling always says, yes, and it's going to come out of CRISPR technology. Now, that's the first time I've ever heard CRISPR technology in my head. And I keep on thinking every time I hear him say that, I need to research what CRISPR technology is, because I've heard that, and it's something that's happened since I've been in college. Well, I've been out of college for about 30 years, but so it's a technology I'm not familiar with, but they're doing a lot of research, and I think it has to do with some genetic manipulation stuff, but I haven't researched it, so I'm not sure.
Well, that might make sense, Kathy, because I do at the bottom of my deck I do have the Empress, that motherly energy, that love. So it might have something to do with genetics, and underneath her there is the Ace of Cups. So yeah, I'm feeling that would be genetics. My three cards.
What I was studying in college was genetic research. That's what.
But the three cards I did get on this, even though I said it was yes, I had the Ace of Pentacles, which that would talk about health. The King of Swords, that's having that open communication, trying to analyze, dissect, try to figure out, communicate all the different angles as to how to make this a reality. And there's definitely some movement towards it, because I also finish off with the Eight of Wands. So it's coming, but again, it looks in the future. I don't think anytime soon. For patience.
Yeah, I'm getting the Knight of Cups. Yes, it's coming. With growth communications, yeah, they're working on it. They're doing research on that now. With the Page of Cups, they're following their intuition on how to approach these issues. So I feel like they're being guided in some of the technologies that's going to lead to good treatment for this. They're in the first stage of this with the Two of Wands. So they're in the first stages of developing this, but they will be successful with this Ace of Wands. And although they're working on it very hard, like the Eight of Wands in reverse, it's going to come a little slower than we would like. But they are working diligently on it. It's not going to come in swiftly. It's going to come in a slower pace. There are some frustrations in the testing of it and getting it working successfully. But they will find over time they will find a very workable treatment for it. And I know tendonitis is extremely painful. Get yourself one of those squishy balls, though. They have all kinds of different ones. I have one that has like it's like a styrofoam squishy stuff inside of it, like a rubber ball. And I can heat it up or I can put it in the refrigerator, make it cold. But it's rubbery and it's, this little bit smaller than a tennis ball. And I use it all the time on my hands. I actually sleep with it sometimes and do it in my sleep because I try to keep my hands open because I also get carpal tunnel problems. But I'm losing dexterity in my right hand from the osteoporosis and, so you can see some deformity in my hands. So those are really great to help with the strength, with the tendonitis and keeping your dexterity and just keeping your hands limber. So I really highly suggest that. Also doing hand exercises where you're using your hands to move things on the table, using your fine motor skills and stuff will help with any problems with the tendonitis and arthritis in your hands too. Always ask your doctor to send you physical therapy. They can teach you all kinds of really neat.
Hey, strawberry shortcakes.
Oh, tetanitis. Tetanitis, the ear, not tendonitis. Isn't tetanitis in the ear?
Yeah, it said something about ringing in the ear.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well, I know.
I was thinking tendonitis.
Sterling has discussed that, and that is in the CRISPR technology field also.
Okay, well, let's...
Along with the hearing aids and improving the hearing.
Okay. Will there be a cure for tendonitis?
Tendonitis.
I'm hearing yes again on this one, too. I'm hearing yes on this, too. Let's see. Tendonitis.
I guess a lot's coming out in that CRISPR technology.
Tendonitis. Well, tendonitis. Tendonitis.
I'm hearing, yes, ears, nose, throat. There's going to be leaps and bounds and treatments for tendonitis, vertigo, hearing, restoring hearing for people that have been deaf from birth.
Yes, it's going to be a blessing from Spirit because I got it's going to be a blessing from Spirit because I do have the Temperance card. So, but it's going to be some time off, but it's going to.
I'm hearing 5 to 10 years.
I have the Sun, which is very positive in any reading. So it's going to be rainbows and butterflies around this. Let's see. It's just going to take the work of. It's just going to take the work of doctors and collaborations with doctors with the Three of Pentacles to make this happen. Research is going to pave the way. And it must be in the trial phases of several different types of treatments because I'm seeing the Seven of Swords here on the bottom of my deck. So I'm feeling like it's still some time off. And under review, under some trials, whatever they're doing, they're testing things out on trial. That is what I get.
Well, I'm getting the Eight of Wands in reverse. This has been a very frustrating issue
Hey,
for
Sophie.
years and years and years. But the Queen of Cups is moving forward with this. And I love the saying on this card. It says, be open to receiving the healing and nurturing you need. So, yes, that's coming forward with this Queen of Cups. In the center of the reading, I get the Sun. That's the big yes. There would be big increases in this technology, restoration of all the different type of problems with hearing, between ringing in the ears, the vertigo, especially in hearing loss. People that have lost hearing, restoring hearing for the first time in people's life. That's good to know.
Hey, Kevin.
They are they're working on this problem. I'm getting the Hangman. They're working on this problem all over the world. It's not just in the United States. This is something that multiple researchers around the world are working on, and they're all looking from different perspectives to see the best way to improve this. It says, look at the world from a different perspective. Waiting, sacrifice, hesitation, suspense, collaboration. So that's what's happening right now in this research. I keep on hearing 5 to 10, 5 to 10. So 5 to 10 years, it looks like there's going to be some big breakthroughs. Now I know with hearing, eyesight, and the heart are three areas that they're making leaps and bounds of progress in those types of research. And this has been a very burdensome Ten of Wands process, but they are going to succeed. It says there's always another way to do something, and that's what they're doing. They're looking at alternative ways to take approaches to resolve these problems. But yeah, I'm hearing 5 to 10 years. You're going to see a lot of changes in the next 5 to 10 years coming forward. And I think it would be wonderful to be able to give the gift of hearing for those that are deaf, that were born deaf especially. That isn't what they have available to restore. Some of the hearing now ends up sounding really really harsh and tinny and very hard for them to hear. It's not a true sound like you would have. I think they're going to actually hit a point where they can restore hearing to the point they're hearing naturally, from the inner ear, more like what we all hear. So I think they will find ways to get restoration in that. So hope so. I'm sorry for my misunderstanding of exchanging words. I do that when I write too.
Oh, you're welcome, Karina.
Hi, Sophie.
Yep, Sophie's here.
Sophie's here.
Sharon Side just came in.
Hello, Sharon.
And then Kevin showed up too.
I didn't see Kevin in here. Our lovely Kevin.
And Strawberry Shortcakes came in.
Yeah, I'm still jealous of Sharon's weekend ride. I know she had a ball. I miss us having our bike. I really miss that. She's like, I'm going to be out going for a ride. I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Say, no. Let the wind blow. Blow it off. Have fun. I'm sorry, the buzzer you're hearing is my pizza kicking in. It's letting me know my blood sugars are coming down.
Oh, Karen is saying, thank you to all the readers who regard the subs as important as to their fellow subs. Letting the ego go to appreciate us. Yep, absolutely.
It's not a competition. I love all my fellow readers. And I enjoy working with them. There isn't a reader, there's very few readers that I haven't really enjoyed working with.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me, Strawberry. I saw Gorgeous. I was like, oh. Then I was like, oh. Talking about the bike ride by the ocean.
Maybe she was seeing images of you by the
Were
ocean.
you seeing the little crabs going across the beach there, Strawberry? Hmm?
Were you drowning? Were you drowning, Dean, in the ocean as you drove by? I know she lives. She lives on such a beautiful island. When she told me where she lived, I went and looked at the island on the world maps, and then I satellite above it to see what beautiful, beautiful island. I mean, I'd be on my motorcycle every day, rain or shine. It's a gorgeous island. Canada is a very beautiful country, anyway.
Oh, I was too quick.
Well, Dean, you'll have to tell everybody all your car problems on the way home. I thought it was hilarious. Only Dean.
I didn't think it was hilarious.
Even Dean, only Dean can get all the way home and his car dies. He parks it. What unfortunate luck is that?
Yeah, and then the year that my transmission went out on it, I was able to pull it right into my client's driveway. Yep. Mm-hmm. Park it. Made off the interstate, coasted along the service road next, drove, didn't have to stop. That momentum just carried me about
right to his destination.
Yeah.
That's luck.
I'm surrounded by luck. I mean, I can't explain it. Like every time something crazy goes on in my life, within a week, there's a weird resolution to it. Within a week, it's always a week.
Well, we've had a very interesting week that we've been working together.
Yes.
And he's like, how do I do that? I said, just ask. And his guide laughed at him for what he wanted to try.
He's no secret. Keep the secret. Kathy, shh. We don't tell secrets.
I know, but it was hilarious.
It wasn't hilarious. It was just
no, it was hilarious because you asked, he laughed at you, and then suddenly you were doing it.
Of course.
And I'm like, see, I love.
Knock on the door shall be open. Seeking you shall find. Asking you shall receive. Bam. Very biblical, isn't it? Don't ask me where that comes in the Bible. I don't know. I just know it's there. I remember having to listen to jingles to help me memorize some verses.
You know what? I think part of it's there because it's something that means something. It rings true to you, so it's stuck with you.
And it wasn't like I need to memorize the verses. My cousins, they went to like privatized school, and they had to memorize Bible verses.
It was part of their curriculum.
Yeah, it was part of their curriculum, and I learned along. I shut up and paid attention. I learned along with them.
I never could remember the Bible verses. They wanted us to. I am not one. I don't like them spewed out to me. I feel like and I know there are just people that are saying it in good measure, and I nothing against anybody in their practices of the religious beliefs. But I come from a family that you believe in what we believe, or you're going to hell, and I have a real problem with that kind of Bible thumping. They're hardcore evangelicals. I got a small portion of the family that have gone hardcore evangelicals, and I don't take that.
All I have to say to that is he who cast the first stone.
And so
I don't remember the other part of that. He who cast the first stone. It's something on those lines.
They're extremely judgmental people. And they're always condemning everybody to hell.
They're hypocrites.
They're hypocrites. Yes,
And you have to learn how to love them.
And I don't talk to them.
I think we should cleanse to the hypocrites. A cleansing for the hypocrites. Bye. Okay, let's see. I spent 2 years doing EMDR for CPTS. Okay. I recently found out about a lady that was doing yoga to release, from her body. Curious to know possibilities. Well, yeah, any form of exercise is healing. I can go for strawberry shortcakes. I could definitely go for a nice full body, deep tissue massage. That sounds bloody-tastic right now.
In regards to Lauren's comment, my son-in-law suffers from PTSD and TBIs from helicopter crashes. And he has been in a treatment plan where they're actually doing nerve block injections in his neck and shoulders that actually stops the PTSD symptoms. And he just stumbled into an experimental program in the military where they had been doing shoulder surgeries on some of the soldiers coming back out of Afghanistan and stuff, where they had blown their shoulders out, and they discovered accidentally that doing those nerve blocks for the shoulder surgery relieved the PTSD symptoms. So they started trying it on just PTSD patients and found that it was very effective in doing a reduction. Well, and you think about it, when you have PTSD and you're carrying a lot of stress, you tend to carry it through your neck, your shoulders, and through your angel wings, as I call them, through your back. You get a lot of knots and breakup. That's why the massage therapy works so well too, is because you're breaking up all that tension in those muscles in your back. But that's, I think, what's also triggering that relief from the PTSD is that's an area of your body where we tend to carry a lot of tension in the base of our neck and through our shoulders and between our shoulder blades. So yes, between the massage and even that working on those nerve blocks in that part of your body makes sense why it would relieve so much of the PTSD trigger energies. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with what EMDR was.
Fed my belly, now I'm tired.
No. Yeah, I'm taking a few bites. My husband went and got me vegetarian pizza. Mine had the spinach, the iron that we were talking about earlier, Dean. Dean was ordering himself a pizza, and I went, that sounds really good. And I went, yeah, then my husband give me pizza. Jumped in the truck and went, got
Well,
me.
I didn't have much of a choice. When the alternator goes bad on my vehicle, I can't really just get in the car and go to like the grocery store or something. It's always in February, mind you, always in February for me. Always. Like right when I start putting in for my tax return, it's always, in February.
It
Always
spins
February.
itself.
It spins itself. Why? Because the universe has a fucked up way of reminding me to remain humble.
You should have just took it in the shop and got a checkup. And go buy yourself some new tires.
I did on Saturday, but they didn't pick up on that problem. They fixed a couple other issues that they saw, but that one they're like, you'll be back next week. This asshole, he doesn't know anything. Yes, you'll be back next week.
Well,
and I knew they didn't fix it.
Until it goes out, you don't hear it. And as soon as it goes out.
No, it was acting funny for about a couple weeks. And then I finally had the arrangement to go to get it taken care of. And they fixed everything else. And they kind of got muffled when they replaced the timing belt and all that stuff. But, I mean, I was still hearing a weird thud. And then all of a sudden, boom. As I was pulling in, it's like, it got so clogged up, it wasn't even doing anything. The back door, she's closed for business. She's a fucking constipated is what she is. My baby's constipated. She needs a good pressure wash to blow everything at the blowhole. But yes, all that exhaust and stuff is all built up, and it hasn't.
It was a week ago. You were telling me you were starting to smell exhaust in your car, and I said,
"Yeah." And I told them that when I dropped it off, and they didn't say anything of it, thinking that they were going to dive deeper. They didn't check it. No,
he didn't check it.
And
pick up that catalytic converter if he had.
No, they didn't check it, and it was still dry. It felt like it was weird driving, like it was going fast, but it didn't feel like it was going fast. And it felt like it was tugging a lot when it was going uphill. But again, alas.
Because your car couldn't breathe.
Yes. She's been suffocated, the poor girl. But you know what? It's bound to happen. I mean, everything else has been replaced on it or been rebuilt. Why not that? That's the next thing to get done.
You're almost through all the major replacement things,
Yes, and it's still well under 200,000 miles.
You'll drive it another 10 years.
Yes, and guess what? It's still well with under 200,000 miles, and the car's almost 14 years old. I bought it brand new.
And you've taken good care of it, sounds like, because it's made it 14 years without having any major things until recently. You're just going
the last 5 years, I had the transmission done, the analog brake system replaced on it. I've had
the catalytic converter.
No, I've had the fuel sensor replaced because that had a fault in it, which it was still under warranty when I had that. Thank God. Then I had the water pump system. The water pump replaced on it because it was overheating. And then I've had, like I said, anything and everything that could have been done to this vehicle besides a battery, oil change, air filter, and the tires.
The normal maintenance stuff.
The normal maintenance bullshit, yeah. The blades, the wiper blades, yeah. Everything's been done on it. So at this point, I can't afford to do a new vehicle right now.
When I run a fuel injection cleaner, my car is only 2 years old, but I still run a fuel injection cleaner at least once a quarter in my car, just to keep my fuel injections clean, and it boosts my gas mileage up to like 38 miles to the gallon. I drive a little Nissan Sentra. So, I can't complain when I'm getting 38 miles to the gallon on a car that normally gets about 32 average. So, and I don't drive a lot. I've got relatively low miles on my car because I don't go any place because of COVID.
We've almost been on for an hour, Kathy. When's the questions coming through?
I don't know. Everybody's just chatting in the background and nobody has questions for us. Everybody's life's happy and good. I'm glad.
I seriously doubt that. No, nobody has rainbows and butterflies. That's a fairy
Happy
tale.
Rainbow and Butterfly Week. You know what? They got struck by Cupid over the weekend. So everybody's still in their happy Cupid mode.
A little bit of pickle tickle, and then everything's been hunky-dory. Really? No. Even with the pickle tickle, nothing is that hunky-dory. I'm a realist. Come on now. There's room for some optimism, but not that much. So true, Dean. Exactly. Nobody's that happy. And if you are that happy, there's a flaw in you in somewhere, because then I say you're fake. Nobody's that happy. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
There's not enough
there are a few
exercise in the world that can make that many endorphins up.
I think there are a small handful of people in this world that truly have truly happy lives. Just we're not any of them.
What are they, monks?
Well, how can you be happy as a monk? Like I have so much on them.
Are they nuns? Seriously. No, I'm saying there's not enough exercise and sex or both in the world that's going to allow you to build the endorphins up to be a happy, mellow person. There's just not.
They're just big chocolate eaters.
Okay, that's true. Because we are here to learn lessons.
To read on what her son Jordan's doing on the other side, because she hasn't heard from him in a while. So what is he busy doing?
I hear Ma. Just because I haven't checked in for a while doesn't mean
it's all about the bugs, Sharon.
Doesn't mean that anything is going on. He's handling. I'm handling shit. I'm handling.
He's learning. He's in the.
I'm hearing he's handling things right now. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Okay, Jordan. Did he call you Ma? I don't know. That just seemed like it came out too natural. Let's see.
I'm using the wrong deck. He wants character cards. Oh yeah, thank you, Jordan.
No, he wants these cards. I'm drawn to the Wizardy Tarot.
Well, he asked me to pick up the tarot, the character cards, and when I picked them up, they went, and all jumped out of my hand. And he laughed. I think he was saying,
oh, you're a stepmom? Okay. Did he think of you like a bio mom for him?
Yes, he did.
That's the energy I'm feeling. Like that's why he said mom.
Yeah, no, she's totally mom.
Okay. Did he pass young?
Yes.
Because I feel like he's in his late teens to late 20s. He's in that range.
In spirit, he likes to show himself like 21, 22.
Yeah, I'm feeling he's young.
He was 14 when he passed.
Okay.
I love Jordan's energy. He's such a loving. He says, "Mom, I'm working. I'm learning.
I'm just hearing say I'm handling
Busy.
my shit right now.
I'm busy,
I'm handling
busy.
my shit.
It's busy over here."
I'm handling my shit right now. That's all I'm hearing. Handling my shit. Okay.
Let's see.
He's definitely working on things because I have the Seven of Pentacles that popped up, and this interpretation of the Seven of Pentacles is there's lessons that he's learning on the other side. All those orbs, those bottles, whatever those are, that's floating there in the foreground. Those are things he has to address and work on in order to go to the next phase with the Death card. To go on to the next phase of existence, life, however we want to call that next transition, he has to go through that process first. It's definitely stuff it's like the good, the bad, and the ugly that he's working through and trying to process through. Stuff that's holding him back or preventing him to move elsewhere. It's stuff that he's trying to clear up the negative things that are around him. And I don't think it's going to be too much longer for him to transition to the next level because I do see the Chariot, or this could mean that he is a Cancer or transition. I don't.
This is a very, very center card of my reading. Look up
okay.
the.
There's definite choices and decisions that he's going to have to make, and I get the King of Cups. Was he a Cancer? Or did he have a lot of Cancer in his chart? Because I got the King of Cups again. I had the King of Cups and I have Chariot. This is telling me somewhere that he's either a Cancer or he has a lot of Cancer in his birth chart, or he's really a water sign of some sort. Let's see.
I don't remember when Jordan's birthday was. He was
May
born in
13th.
May. So
okay.
would have been a Gemini. No, he would have been
Taurus.
Taurus.
He's definitely has a lot of strong energy around him. He has the Strength card along with the Star card. So again, nothing that he's doing isn't like for like personal gain on the other side. It's all about healing his energy before he's able and to work through whatever ever last bit of cleanup that he has to take care of before he goes on. Yeah, it's the lesson, it's the stuff that it's almost like the karma he brought in that wasn't completely finished and he's processing that. Not like he's trying, or stuff that he either avoided handling while he was still alive, but it's stuff he has to work through because I have the Seven of Swords as well. And it's walking away from the light. So I figured this is stuff that the lessons in his hands, the karma, the lessons that he was supposed to learn while living, didn't have a chance to go through, which is why that's why I have the Seven of Pentacles right here, because he's working on that on the other side. Then after that, I have the Six of Wands. There's going to be victory at the end of so there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's a process he's going through. Yeah, that's what I got.
Well, I threw 3 lines of character cards, and the first line I think he gave me is sort of a funny. He says, Mom, it's all about the dragons, the candles, the rainbows,
That's funny. The strength card is a dragon.
rest, and flowers. That was his joke. This is what it's all about. It's about the dragons, the rainbows, the candles,
I got dragons in the chariot too.
Yeah.
There's dragons here.
Now, to be a little more serious, he is not in jail over there. He's not in a jail cell. He's rock solid. He's getting prepared to return. Right, dead center card of my reading. Everything's on fire and he's well protected. And he's been doing all the work and research over there, learning. He's getting ready to travel again. He's going to be a great gift to somebody. I think he's coming back within the family. He's still in his ghostly form, but not for long. He's under construction. And when you see him, it'll be looking at a mirror. So I think you're going to have close contact with him when he returns. So he's returning within your family circle. Maybe it'll be good news for someone else in the family. But when he does return, you will know him. Interesting. He knows his loss made you brokenhearted, but he's always with you, know that. You take that leap of faith every day, Mom. Sow those seeds. He's just busy right now on the other side, finishing up his learning, getting ready to prepare that new life. And you know how timing is on the other side. We can't say this is going to happen tomorrow, this year, 5 years down the road, but he will be returning soon. Yeah, it'd be great if he came back as a grandchild. That's what I was feeling like. I can hear the fights with your daughters now. Mom, quit spoiling your grandchildren. It's my right to spoil my grandchildren. I can hear that. Yes, he's been doing a lot of work with the insects, which I think is really cool. Advice from Spirit. I have really different residents at the residential community I work for. She's always looking for a fight. Please help how to deal with this. I'm going to put that question in so you can see it. A really difficult resident.
Is she a Jennifer?
You and Jennifer's.
I don't. It's something about that name, but I feel like she's the type of person that she's always the victim, that nothing ever goes her way, and if you tell her something to the contrary, then she's like, "How dare you insult me?" or "How dare you tell me what to do? I'm not a child."
She'd rather be in her unhappiness than.
It's like she
thrives on
enjoys being miserable.
And if she's miserable, she wants to make everybody around her miserable.
Nothing ever makes her happy. Everything always upsets her. She's a bitter. That's what I call a bitter soul. Okay, you can't help people like that. They're just born that way. They're just miserable souls that probably transitioned too quickly, and they weren't ready, and they knew they weren't supposed to jump in, and they did. And the
feeling
joke's
like
on us,
it's
and we're
coming through.
punished
She's
for it.
feeling extremely neglected by her family. They dropped her off and dumped her there. She's
I've
not
had
getting
clients
the
like that
visit.
too.
She's not getting that. She's not feeling loved and appreciated and cared about by the people she would like to hear from. And it doesn't matter how much the staff and people around her bend over backwards to cater for her. Not one of you can replace who's not showing up.
No, and it's never going to be
And
that way. They probably wrote her off for a reason. They probably wrote her off because she was
probably
annoying the
wore 'em
fuck out of
out.
them. Like, be there, she's annoying the fuck out of you. I had a client like that one time, and whew, piece of work. Let's see.
But even that once a month visit's better than no visits at all.
A phone call once a month would be better.
Yeah,
than
phone call. Well, no, they actually need to stop by and see her. It's a fight within their family, even who's going to have to go and see her. They don't even. Nobody wants to go.
It's like it's an emotional drain, but it's an obligation. I feel like people look for ways to run away or avoid her because she's too controlling. She's a dominant force to be reckoned with. Family's what she's used to, family's what she's had, and that brings her comfort. It balances off her energy, and that's all she really wants. But I don't know if it's her approach. Let's see. The staff are probably going to have to get involved in this. Probably if she has a caseworker, have the caseworker bring it up because the cards all here are going back into the past again. Like the future's leading itself back to the past. The final card is the Knight of Wands going back in the direction of the past. Like it's only going to help her healing with the Wheel of Fortune, right? I have the Wheel of Fortune. I have the Chariot. I have the High Priestess. The only thing that's going to sell her down is if she's going to have her way and enjoy family time. It keeps going backwards, back to family time, back to that balance, back to where she felt, I guess, secured and loved at one point. The bottom card of my deck is the Page of Cups, and this is how she feels right now. She feels like it's her time to feel that love again, to feel that come see me, come spend some time with me, come show me, come, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of energy, but it's coming off as really the the the, the cattiness that the Emperor could bring up.
It's funny because, are you done?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like she was a woman of good financial stability. And this home that you're working in is a really nice facility. It's an upscale facility. It's not, just the local community
Shelter.
bottom shelter for where you dump because you can't afford anything better. Because she lives in this Knight of Pentacles energy. She sees herself as the Queen of Wands. She considers herself always to have been that monarchy of the family, the center of the family, who they came to, who they looked up to. Um, she carried that fiery wand. I'm sure she's a fire sign. She's got that fire energy about her, spunky fire energy. Um, she drove the chariot, and
Mm-hmm.
she's surrounded by that Nine of Pentacles. And right now, she's feeling like, because she had the Pentacles around her, she carries that Ace of Pentacles, good finances and stuff. The children and the people that have made the decision to place her in the home, there was a lot of infighting over where they were going to put her, where they were going to stick her, making sure she was in a good enough facility, all that being well taken care of, so they didn't have to bother. And that's where she's feeling. She's feeling like they all fought over how are we going to get rid of mom, so we don't have to deal with her anymore. And she feels like they're just there to collect the money and take what she worked so hard to get. And in the center of her emotional readings is, this is a Ace of Cups. It's a very positive card, but I feel like this is her cup overflowing with the tears of feeling unloved. She's reaching the end of her cycle, and all the people that she's taken such good care of have just dropped off and abandoned her. And she feels like, there was a lot of fighting about it, fighting about all this money. Would they spend it on her care? Were they what are they saving for the stuff? They're fighting over the inheritance issues. And she's neglected in the process after all these years of all the way I'm hearing her mind says, everything I've done for them, and they just drop me off and nobody visits, nobody loves me, nobody cares. And so she's making everybody around her in the facility that's trying to work with her life miserable because she's feeling so abandoned. And I'm feeling this like heartache, like all they did is dump me at the best place they could find so they didn't have to do it. And she's not used to that. She's used to being that queen pulling the family together, giving the big gatherings, all that. They're not even picking her up for holidays. They're not stopping by. And that's why she's so hard to deal with. And so she just feels abandoned, and she feels like all of her life she gave and worked so hard and gave. And now she has nothing. And she is just sad, depressed. And because she feels that way, she's going to make everybody around her feel it. And really, who needs to feel it is all those that aren't showing up and saying, wow, Mom, we love you. How are you doing? Just those little gestures. She wants to be cared for. She wants to be loved. And she feels abandoned. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, I think the nursing staff needs it, or like Dean said, or her advocate, somebody that represents patient care and talks with the families, needs to step forward and say, hey, you people live in the area. You need to take turns visiting Mom. She's having a lot of difficulties, and this is only going to help her. What are we talking? An hour, one day a week, take turns. And I feel like she has several children. She's not a mother of an only child. She's a mother of like 3 or 4 children and grandchildren. And that's what I'm feeling from her.
Is she mobile? Is she like in a walker? Or does she have like a wheelchair? I kind of think she's almost in a wheelchair if she's not already.
If she's in a wheelchair, it's because they make her go in a wheelchair. I think she's mobile. I'm feeling like she's a very strong woman, very independent woman. She's even got her faculties. That's why she can be so nasty.
Takes a strong woman to be nasty. She has a
The
walker. Okay,
nasty's
I thought
coming
so.
from internal pain, though. The nasty's coming from how she's feeling abandoned.
You know what? This phrase, this line in a movie, I think it was Kathy Bates that was in this movie. It was Dolores Claiborne. And the line in that movie is sometimes all the woman could do
Has
is
to be
be
a
a
bitch.
bitch. Because that's all she has left to be.
I love
That's
that
all she has
line.
left to hang
You
on
knew
to.
exactly where you were going the minute you said that her name.
Sometimes all the woman can do is be a bitch because that's the only thing she has left to hang on
And it was
to.
a lady she took care of that said it.
Mm-hmm. The character was Dolores Claiborne.
Well, no, it was the rich lady that she took care of.
It was Vera. That was her
Vera,
name.
yeah,
Vera.
Vera said that sometimes all we have to hold on to is being a bitch.
And when she said that, I was like, ooh, I like that.
And it was her response to, I know I run you ragged and I give you such a time, but you've taken such good care of me. But sometimes all we have to hold on to is being a bitch. And it was her excuse for the way she acted as she's begging Dolores to shove her down the stairs and kill her, take her out of her misery.
Yeah. But you know what? And she left her all the money, the house, everything, because she took care of her for so many years, and everybody else
Put up
abandoned
with
her.
all of her shit.
Everybody else abandoned her.
But I also like the fact that she helped her kill the abusive alcoholic husband too.
She gave her the idea how to do it.
I know. I love
I
that.
thought that shit was
I
hilarious.
think you need to go take the evening up, and here's some boxes to watch the eclipse.
She let her.
Take some groceries.
That's a good boss for you, huh? That takes care of the family, help to take care of the help. Because a lot of times the help is just as much as part of the family as the as blood
I
relation.
loved how she respected Dolores. That's what the bottom line is. She respected everything Dolores Claiborne stood for, and she put up with her shit all those years. She left her everything because she did nothing but care for other people, and everything she did in her life was to care for other people. Her daughter, her employer. She never took care of herself.
No.
She put everybody before her.
And she picked up on that her husband was touching their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, holy shit. Oh, do we have a moderator that can take care of that care up of Nazut with posting their porn? Thank you, Debsy.
Oh, hi, Debsy. I didn't see you come in.
But yeah, I'll never forget it because my aunt and uncle, right, we would get a movie of the week, right? And my aunt would always pick, as my grandparents got older, right, my aunt would pick me up and I would spend time with my cousins. And it was a movie of the week, right? And when they got that movie, the scene opens up where what was her name? What was her name again? The that was in Dolores Claiborne. What was her name? Kathy Bates. Yeah, she was like overseeing with this, going around the kitchen, and she grabbed like this marbleized looking rolling pin. You know that had to be a heavy motherfucker. That was a beast. I bet that was heavy.
That would have hurt too, because those are solid rock. I mean, it's a rock, literally.
It looked like it was marble.
Yeah, they weigh like 20 pounds. They're heavy.
And all that weight, when she lifted it up, all that weight on that handle, I'm surprised it didn't snap.
Kathy Bates is one of my favorite actresses, though. I love her acting.
Ever since Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh, not even everything.
Misery? She was in Misery, too.
Oh, Misery. I thought that was a really good movie, too.
That was another Stephen King she was in.
She plays really good dark characters, though.
Yes.
But
yeah,
she
that was
plays a
always
great
a thing that
mother.
my
You
aunt
know,
would do.
that mother that every daughter hates, but overly loves them.
And her husband at the time treated me like I was part of his family too. And then he would invite me over when they were having holidays with his family, and I would get invited over too. So yes, so Dolores Claiborne had a special place in my heart because that was a good movie.
I think I'm gonna
And The
watch that.
Cutting Edge, that was another good movie. Yes, yes. So if you've never seen those two movies, I highly recommend it. And I have never seen Fried Green Tomatoes. Only seen clips of it.
Fried Green Tomatoes is currently playing on IMBD. I watched it the other day.
Oh, I don't
I
have
watched it
IMDb.
twice the other day. I couldn't watch it once. I had to watch it twice. I love that movie. You and I and Kevin were talking about it one night, and the next morning I got up and played it twice. Watched it 2 times in a row because I like that movie so much.
Oh, we had Deb Z in the house. Good. Hello, Deb Z. What was the title of that movie? Well, I was talking about Fried Green Tomatoes and Misery and
Dolores Claiborne.
Dolores Claiborne, because that all had what's her name in it?
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates. Let's see. Just
The
popped
great
a huge
Kathy
bowl of
Bates.
popcorn on the stove. Nice, Sharon. Nice. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, it's good.
Well, what? Yesterday we watched I Love Lucy together.
Oh yeah, and because see, she'd never seen the first season episode where Lucy
The
was
Seance.
like,
The
yeah,
one
the
called The
seance,
Seance.
and
And he
yeah,
has a whole
Lucy.
series, so he put it on and pointed the phone at the TV so I could watch it on his television.
No, because they had some sexual innuendos in the 50s.
Oh my gosh, talking about super risque. I mean, it would be
Oh my God,
smutting off TV right now still in the United States.
So here's what happened, right? Because this is what can you get that Sharon Lee question off? It's like making my paper very, very untidy. So what happened was Lucy was into numerology in this episode. She was into the Ouija board. She was into horoscope. And she walked past Ricky, and she's called him 5. He's like, 5? Why are you calling me 5? And she was basically saying that because that's your number. That's what I read in numerology. Your name is 5, which we could have better compatibility if you were this number. But she said, but the perfect name for that number would be like Evelyn or something. So he made a comment like, oh, but we had to get new towels called Hers and Hers, which that was crazy at the time. And then she's like, well, we would have better vibrations if this was if you would have a different number. He's like, oh, Lucy, you don't like the way I vibrate? I was like, holy shit.
And the way he said
Could you not
like
get any like sexual than that? And then they go in and they have a seance, and it goes on from there. It's hilarious.
Ethel was the medium.
Yes. And I thought it was funny how she kind of had that fish bowl turned upside down as a crystal ball. And it was like snow glass. It was it gave like a.
I can't remember the name she was calling herself, but then she would call spirits like she was calling on a ham radio.
Madam Moritz. Is that Mertz? It was funny. It was
whatever
weird.
The spirit's name was. Over.
Ethel calling such and such spirit over. I think my wire
all the and everything and the all the mediumship, and then when she called the spirit, she'd go into this ham radio operator thing. It was hilarious.
Oh, thank God. Excuse me. Yeah.
There's our secret. We watched TV together on Messenger.
But, because she's never seen that episode before. And I thought it was hilarious. That's the only reason why I've
watching.
seen all the episodes is because I bought
I've
them all.
been watching all the Bewitched shows because
Thank
my
you.
husband turned them on, and I've got my nose stuck. And it started on the very first episode when they met each other, and then they got married. The pilot programs. So it's flashback to my childhood.
And yes, the first season of Bewitched had the good Darren on it, and it also had the good Gladys Kravitz on it. Because I don't like they didn't cast well for their replacements. Because when they replaced them, the character dynamic
They
changed.
didn't look anything. They didn't match the personalities.
Oh,
But
Sophie.
my favorite is her Aunt Clara. I mean, I'm sorry, but
Oh, Clara. Yeah.
my favorite relative of hers was her Aunt Clara.
Oh, Bright Opal had the question, and I think Deb Z posted it. Don't forget, 6:34 p.m. Bright Opal Tarot. If you have time, can I get a message from Spirit or whoever shows up, please?
Oh, that's not it. I'm sorry. There it is.
So, Sophie. Little boy. I just picked up on little boy. Who's a little boy? Don't know what that means. I just heard little boy. Like a little boy playing. I wonder what that means. Little boy. Oh, you don't know either? I don't know. That's weird. It just came over me.
I'm hearing like it's a cousin that's crossed that you grew up with. Could have been an older cousin. He was young when he passed, though. Let that one go.
Christian? I don't know if he overdosed. I don't know. I don't think this is the deck. Because that's not resonating.
No.
I feel like Alice in Wonderland's supposed to be used.
Okay. I'll pull Alice in Wonderland. I got a different version than you.
Move these out of the way. Well, I'm seeing like I'm feeling his energy is very childlike, possibly a little bit mischievous, but what kid isn't? Let's see.
My guide said, Sophie, that even though Mercury retrograde has ended now on the 4th, we are still in the post-Mercury retrograde till the 24th. And then he gave me Temperance. Be patient. It is softening out now. It's feathering out, and it won't be as impactful. You'll still feel some of that retrograde affecting things. I know Dean and I have both been experiencing some retrograde issues off and on this last week. I know that we've talked about. You get the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight moving forward.
I got a lot of pentacles.
Your health. I'm hearing this Knight is keeping your health, carrying your health forward, being good. You get the Four of Swords. Spirit wants you to make sure you're taking care of yourself, getting plenty of rest, plenty of self-care. Keep yourself grounded. Keep yourself balanced. Interflection. I have the Devil card. This is what you'll start. If you don't work on your self-care and your balance and your grounding, that Devil energy will come in. It will throw you off balance. It will steer you in the wrong direction. So a Spirit is saying put a lot of emphasis on self-care right now. Keep yourself grounded, keep yourself balanced, eat healthy, drink lots of water, get lots of rest. And this will help mend any problems with your heart. It will keep you from heartbreak, keep you out of trouble. They're really wanting you to watch your health, watch your balance. Underneath the Judgment. So I love this card. Look at that. The big bunny in the sky. Overlooking the playing cards. By not following that self-care, you're going to have a tower moment. You're going to have sleepless nights. And that Eight of Swords, it's going to leave you feeling bound up. So the guides are saying self-care, keep balanced, keep grounded. Watch what you eat. Make sure you're taking all your medications timely. You're getting plenty of rest, good nutrition, lots of fluids, so that you don't spiral. And then I heard the words, Kathy, you need to too. Lead by example, Sophie. Don't follow my bad example of not doing everything I should be doing. I've been putting off calling my doctor because I'm very allergic to antibiotics, and I know the treatment I'm going to need, and he's going to want to do the pill thing, which I can't take because I'm deathly allergic to binding agents and antibiotics. And so I know I need to go in for like a series of 10 daily injections of antibiotics to get this cleared up. And I've let it go songs, probably about 2 rounds of it before it'll clear up.
Well, I definitely feel like
she's got COVID.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Blessings, my dear. I will send you light work too, and see if I can help you out with your COVID stress. Make sure you drink lots of fluids, though. And seriously, Gatorade, or if you have access, there's a product called Liquid IV that will help your electrolytes. I highly recommend it. I don't follow directions on the bottle. I do it 3 times the amount of water it asks for, so that I'm not getting a big super bomb of electrolytes if I do the Liquid IV, because it's too much too fast. And I do better if I cut it at least by 3 times the liquid, so I'm getting a lower dose of electrolytes. But Gatorade also works to keep your electrolytes up, especially if you've been running a lot of temperatures, and if you've been sick at all. You definitely want to get your electrolytes up with COVID, and a lot of fluids in. Yeah, Deb, I got that chest cold that's been hanging on for dear life. I thought I had COVID too. It ended up being a really bad chest cold, which led to the kidney infection I have now.
Yeah. Well, I definitely feel like there's some healing energy coming towards you with the Page of Cups. But I feel like you feel kind of trapped with the current. You feel trapped right now because you're like the Queen of Wands, ready to take charge of what you need to take charge of, but you're being prevented because you're trapped or bound by the looking glass, the star. Okay. And it's like your energy needs healed almost, because if you looked at the looking glass, you do see like the red, the yellow, the green, the blue. It's like, I guess that could be the chakras there, like that need to be healed, that are affecting it. But everything after that looks very, very, very positive. I got the 9 of Pentacles, and I also have the 10 of Pentacles. So financially, you'll be fine, and long-term health-wise, you should be fine. It's just this illness needs to run its course. Now, interesting enough, I also see the bottom of my deck. I do have the moon. So there's things going on that you're probably not seeing or aware of. Things that are tying you down, leaving you feel restricted. But that could also be with the COVID too.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 of Pentacles needing balance, because look, again, she's trapped behind the looking glass, can't get through. I feel as though you have the 3 of Wands. You want to move past this. You see like your health improving and you want to move past it, but then it's followed by the devil. So, and to me, that's that lingering the lingering of the COVID. So I would say take it.
Don't push yourself too soon. You need to allow yourself to heal.
Yeah.
And it's going to take longer than you want. You want to be, boom, had the cold, the flu, and now I'm over it. Go, go, go again. No, you need to just stay paced down, continue to get that rest, drink the fluids, over nurture yourself a bit. That's good, Debsy. She said, I feel like my being sick has reset my body to craving healthy food. I can't get enough protein, it seems. Try
Okay.
alternative plant proteins, Deb Z. It really helps versus meat proteins. Grains, legumes. I got the best soup at all places. I got a package of soup starter that was split peas. It had split peas in it, the green and the yellow. It had red lentils. It had farro and barley in it. And then I used salt-free chicken broth, half a dozen fresh carrots, some celery, a sweet onion. Put that in there with a couple bay leaves, salt, pepper, some Italian seasoning, and of all things, I'm not a meat eater, but I do cook with smoke ham hocks. And then I'll chop that up really, really super fine for the flavor. Threw that in a pot, simmered it for 45 minutes, an hour. Oh my God, it was the best soup. And it had like 9 grams of protein per half cup and very low in calories. Wonderful, wonderful soup.
Sophie, I'm sending you energy right now to help you. My whole arm is feeling really on fire right now, so I'm hoping that you're receiving that healing energy.
I make a lot of homemade soups because I eat them well.
I just sent healing energy towards you. I'm not seeing lungs or your heart. I just sent you healing energy, and it was like coming up on from the palm of my hand, fingers burning and tingling all the way down to my forearm. So, and I asked Archangel Raphael to help you.
Have your doctor check your blood chemistry to make sure you're chemically balanced. Your vitamin levels, your CBCs, your electrolytes. Make sure you're not getting dehydrated or anything. You do make a call for a checkup to have them run blood work up to make sure that everything's in balance, because that's going to help you recover. And when you get sick like that with COVID, it does throw all your chemistry off, and that's what you're needing is that balance. And until you get
she felt it
balance back out.
She said she felt it in her left lung.
Well, you have a slight infection in your left lung, but it's not a pneumonia. It's not pneumonia. It's just some congestion.
It burned a little. Well, like I said, the palm of my hand felt like it was on fire, and it creeped all the way up onto my right forearm. So I hope it helps. Maybe it loosened it up to where it could spew out the rest of that blockage, that congestion that was in there, that mucus.
Mm-hmm. And if you're having any of that, you do need to take a over-the-counter decongestant. If you can take those with if they're compatible with what you're already taking.
No, it could be just a lot of mucus. I don't think it's congestion. I don't think it's pneumonia. Because if it was pneumonia, you would be aching all over. you would be feeling vomiting. You would be just feeling bleh.
But that congestion, that mucus is congestion, and you do need to be able to thin that out so that you can cough it up and get out of your system so it doesn't settle in your lungs.
I hope I don't catch it either. I've been going up and down with heavy congestion and losing my voice.
Well,
And
and we're heading in the spring now, which is when
it's like
everything's
I feel better, and then for a couple of days to be reminded, spring's coming around the corner, so things are going to start blooming here and there. So you're not going
well,
to
you can because you won't be able to in a month.
It's like because you being feeling good and be able to breathe well, that's too good for you, right? Nature
We
has a
live in
funny
the
way of
United States,
on you. And I feel like it's nature's way of making you humble yourself in your own misery. Yes, Jimmy, I did say it. I have a sense of humor too.
Jimmy is laughing at him.
No, I don't accept the cooties. I don't do cooties. Girls have cooties, boys don't. So, yeah. I tell my kids that every day. You're gonna get the cooties. Stop it. Like, I don't have cooties. What's cooties?
What's cooties?
They ask still that too.
My cooties have been around for centuries.
And I think the kids are the carriers, honestly. Because they're the ones who pass the nastiness to everybody.
Yeah, they stay immune as they pass it on to us.
Yes. And we're blessed with that, whatever that is.
But it catches up with them in junior high and high school with mono, so.
The kissing disease.
The kissing disease. I think I had mono the whole time I was in high school.
What is that? Are you displaying your Edgar Allan Poe deck back there? I see. Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, that is my Edgar Allan Poe. I have not even used it yet. I haven't even practiced with it yet.
See, I don't use mine. I only use
I
mine.
need to catch up with my Edgar Allan Poe. I haven't read it since high school and college, so I need to reread all my Edgar Allan Poe so the cards work better for me. I mean,
actually, that book that came in with it breaks all the cards down.
But I just need to refresh the depth of the stories. I'm a big Edgar Allan Poe fan, so.
But that companion guide that came with it breaks everything down.
I know, but I still want to reread all the stories that are tied to it.
And you know what? I'm going to use that deck if I ever use that deck. Besides on Halloween, I'm going to treat it like another Tarot of Oppositions because it's just as dark.
It's got that darkness to it.
Oh, Sophie says she caught the cooties after watching two of her nieces who had it. They got over it in 2 to 3 days. I'm on day 9. Well, remember, adults it affects harder.
Mm-hmm. In kids, it's hit and miss. It's either if they have really bad immune systems, it hits them very, very, very hard. Most kids are more asymptomatic, though. I mean, I have 4 grandchildren. One didn't get it at all. The baby and the 2 girls got it. The one with the thrashed immune system was asymptomatic, which really, really surprised all of us because she's the one that usually ends up at the hospital. And the one that got the sickest was the healthy kid, the one that never gets sick. She had it the worst. And she made it through it in 5 days. She's the one that spiked the temperature and was throwing up in the whole 9 yards. And she never gets sick like that. She's got grandpa's immune system. And everybody around her gets sick and she's skipping along, having a good time.
So it says, Adine Freeman, welcome.
Yes, do you have a question, Adine?
Oh, because they had asthma?
Yeah. Yeah, I have asthma, and one of my cousins he had childhood asthma that he would make himself upset and end up in the hospital from asthma attacks.
Oh, yeah. We cremated my brother. What did he want us to do with his ashes? What's your brother's name? Adam? I don't know if it's Adam. Oh, Derek? Derek was.
Debsy's gonna slap you if you keep yawning, Dean.
Oh, well, bring it.
Oh, watch out. She will, too.
Derek.
She'll bee slap you. Derek liked the outdoors a lot. Fishing, camping, hunting.
I know this sounds weird. Dumping him in water. I don't. Because I thought that at first, and then Kathy started saying outdoors, and I just feel. Did he like to be on the water?
So I'm hearing take him to his favorite places. Scatter a little here, scatter a little there, and compromise with your brother too. So if he wants to do one thing and you want to do another, he doesn't have to be all in one place. My mother's ashes are being spread. All the places that her and my daughter have been to together, and places my daughter knows that my mother would have loved to visit with her. And my mom and my daughter took a trip when my mom retired for 3 weeks, or I was longer than that. It was like 6 weeks. They traveled nonstop all over the Pacific Northwest and into Wyoming and Colorado, and they did all the western states, and they camped everywhere. Which I always think is sort of funny because I never think of my mom as a big camper. That would be my father.
This is something you're going to have to work with your siblings on, because I'm getting 3 of Cups and Justice. I'm getting 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands, or 10 of Swords. So it's like he's like, you don't have to make a big deal about it. Just come to an agreement. It's like come to an agreement together. Work through your difficulties. Again, the Five of Swords. Work through the tension.
And I heard your brother say, yes, it needs to bring you two together, not pull you apart. Sounds like you both got along with the brother that you're discussing the ashes about, but you have conflict with each other.
Work through the tensions. Work through disagreements. The Strength card. He feels like you're both better than that. That it's like, why? It's like he feels like you're both passing judgment on one another. Like, but like one of you knows better than the other what to do. He wants you to both put a cork in it and move past it, because there's no right or wrong answer here. In order to bring peace to the family, with the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom, you're going to have to work together. It's like he keeps reiterating, family's more important than this trivial stuff.
I love my cards. I think this is exactly what he wants to scream at both of you. Celebrate me. Six of Cups. Nostalgia. Remember our wonderful lives together. All of us. This isn't about just one of you. This is about all of you. This isn't worth fighting over. He wants you to come together in his memory and celebrate his life and your life as brothers and sisters. Compromise. I get the Six of Pentacles. I mean, come on. What does that look like? It looks like a family celebration. Celebrate him. Quit fighting over this issue. It's not worth fighting over. This is to bring you together. This is in his memory and in your childhood memories as growing up together. It's not about conflict. It's not about who's right or who's wrong. What he wants is everybody to come together in celebration of his life and his crossing. Not to mourn him, but to celebrate him. Bring that joy back. It's not 3 cups down and 2 cups up. It's about togetherness. Find your strength in this Lion, Knight of Wands. Find your strength and charge forward and do the right thing. Compromise. Your brother wants one thing, you want another. Have your mom also pick where she wants it. Put a little bit everywhere. Sprinkle some in the garden. Sprinkle some in around the trees. A favorite lake you like to fish at if you had one. I'm with Dean. I keep feeling there's water involved. He liked the water. He liked fishing. He liked the ocean, something. But celebrate him and do it together in happiness and in remembrance of him and your childhoods together. Because yes, we all have conflict with our siblings, but we all love each other too. And then remember to live your life and enjoy each other's company. Put down your swords. I hope that helps. I know my sister and I can't have a conflict constantly too. And I promised my mom I would work on getting along with her. Very difficult for me at times. She frustrates me. Yes, Martha, it is very common to fight about stuff. It's just stress, totally. And regardless of the little conflicts we have as children, of course, when we all come together around our parents, we become children, regardless of how old we are now. Sometimes it's just time to put down the wooden swords and stand
Kathy, why do you have that question still up?
in our
I thought you
age.
took that down.
Oh, I'm sorry, Deb. Salama, Debsy. I know it wasn't Deb's, it was Bridal's question.
And I think I'm done for the night, Kathy.
Yeah, I think we are done for the night. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We do appreciate it. Dean and I like to come on without any plans. So the leads come down. I cannot find it in my. Hide it. There. I like to come on the ad lib without any plans and just open up the questions to everybody. It's fun. It's relaxing. So we do want to thank you for joining us, and we will be on together on, well, Dean has a Friday show, Coffee Talk on Friday coming up. We'll probably jump on tomorrow for an hour or so. Knowing Dean and I, we get a wild hair. If anything, we'll pray over Dean's car to put a healing light over the mending of his car tomorrow.
It's the gnome in my car. The gnome.
Send healing light to Debsy and to Bright Opal, so that they'll both heal and get past any ailments they have, and COVID, and quick recovery on that. And if those of you didn't come in earlier today, we heard from George. He had to go in and see his doctor. Everything's doing good right now. So we were really happy to know he did take our advice and touch base with his doctor. So we're grateful for that. That was really good to hear from him. And then Sunday, Dean and I will be on with our 8 a.m. 10 Central, 11 Eastern Time, Spiritual Sunday. And then at 1:30, I have my mini readings with Sharon Lee. As far as I know, Sharon will be there Sunday. Unless the weather's so grand, she decides to ditch me for a bike ride again, which I will totally get and totally have no problem with her doing, because we need that. But anyways, that's what's coming up. I need to get emails out to Brenda and get that scheduled. I'll let you guys know when that's happening. And I feel like Sharon, Dean, and I will be working together, probably with Brenda again, before too much longer. We really enjoy doing that. And when Sophie's feeling better, girlfriend, give me a call. I'd love to join you again. I love working with Sophie too. She's really fun to work with. So anyways, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you probably tomorrow. And I'm going to end the broadcast now if I can get my mouse to work. There it goes.